it will be interesting to see IGP Ebetoku in the witness box. Things he has insisted that, contrary to what Sowore has said, that he's not an illegal IGP. That is a legal IGP. I think Nigerians would like to hear about the legality of his appointment. Nigerians would like to hear the IGP in the witness box explaining how Sowore hurt his feelings, how Sowore threatened him and made him so afraid of his life by calling him an illegal IGP. But this is Nigeria. It is in Nigeria that an IGP will say these kind of things. Okay? There are some countries that if you speak in this manner, you will lose your job. So we'll come back on the next date and let's see how far they are going.
Hello my people, now welcome back to Local Banga. Sowore and IG of police matter is still continuing. Although we see the corruption for this country where we dey talk, now it still make all these things they happen. Although that time where we say this thing where Sowore talk about waiting IG of police do say waiting in do in the illegal. We know say normally wetin the man do in dey illegal because after 35 years where we say he don't work, he supposed resign. And IG of police after 35 years when he supposed retire, where we say okay another person make another person enter, he still go do this thing, so they still employ him, he still continue his own job after 35 years. So that matters now. It don't make Sowore. Now he make Sowore talk with him talk before they arrest him that time. And waiting Sowore talk they right. Although for those of now we say now not hear waiting Sowore talk before they arrest him. Me I go play with him talk give una and they respond where we say people respond. Although we know say normally within this country, like waiting that they do for this country, they illegal. Now illegal activities now in they solve for this country. You know say this country now only people we get now in this country they benefit. People where them already blue, where them already get money now in this country they benefit. And if not, how can a person where be say he don't pass 35 years, how then go come re-employ him, me continue work again? You not supposed to like that. Although me I go play with him Sowore talk before they arrest and give her, and I go play within some of people they talk now say Sowore you know supposed to talk like that, say this one that one blah 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 within they talk. I go play and give her. I beg make sure say you no skip any part of this video, and also I beg if na today be the first time we say they come across our channel, I beg make you subscribe to our channel so that anytime when we drop any update for this channel now you will be the first person where they go notify. Thank you.
The right pension. What has happened is unbelievable, Nigerians. That anybody that is an Inspector General of Police, that is from the AIGs to the IGP, they are on a different pension scheme. Anybody that is from Commissioner of Police to the constables, they are on a slavish pension scheme. That is to say, when they are done with their 35 years of service, they get a gratuity of less than 2 million naira. You know, when we were growing up, and this was something I changed with someone upstairs earlier, our parents who were in the civil service would do everything to keep us going to school because they know that when they retire, their gratuity will be the first time they will buy land. Some of them buy cars, and some of them go on vacations with their gratuity. But the gratuity of Nigerian police and several other workers today, when they finish working for 35 years, is not up to 1 week allowance of a senator or a House of Rep member. 1 week after working for 35 years. I mean, what country are we in? And like we said the last time, we are not doing this because elections are coming. We are doing this because people exist in this country that deserve a better life. And we believe that the resources of Nigeria can serve the Nigerian people. So, but we cannot have resources of Nigeria go round where you have greedy people cornering everything that belongs to everybody to a few. That is why you see that we are in these struggles, and that's why they drag us from court to court for cyber crime, treason, and all these foolish and frivolous and reckless charges that you have seen. Either it is, if it's not coming from the DSS, it's coming from police or their affiliates. Or the other strategy they use is to go to court and sue us for libel. I have 15 libel cases, 15, at the FCT court alone. Tomorrow, I'm going to be facing another libel case against Fayemi, the man who constructed an airport that did not have any flights land there. You know. And he wants to become the ambassador of Nigeria to the United States. And now that Tinubu is probably not going to give him the ambassadorship, he has put his leg on one of the fake activism project that they just started with El Rufai and the rest of them. And one leg in APC, one leg in new PDP. Maybe they will create a new APC too, again. So these are some of the things that are important to us. But we want to also continue to assure our citizens, brothers, sisters out there that there's no reason to be afraid of anybody in this nation. In fact, what has led to the decadence in our society, the oppression that you have seen over time, is that so many of you are too fearful. Even when you have not been charged with anything, you are afraid. You know, even when you have not been slapped by police, you are afraid. You are afraid in your dreams. You are afraid in your houses. Your father is afraid. Your mother is afraid. Your sister is afraid. And then you transfer the fear to your children. And then you have a society that is fearful of both the seen and unseen signs of oppression.
When Sowore, for example, said IGP Egbetokoun Setenio is illegal, is unconstitutional, you are one of those who amended the law, the Police Act, to that effect. And there was an executive review from the president, the subsection 8 of that section. What is the position of the House or of the Parliament in that respect?
Well, it's laughable, first and foremost, for Sowore to say that the appointment of the IG is illegal and the IG is acting illegally. It's laughable. It's not, that statement to me was not meted on the Nigerian police force. It was meted on the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Why did you say so?
Because, one, let me talk about my qualification to be here. At the risk of allowing people to misrepresent me as a mouthpiece of the Nigerian police, no. It wasn't an executive bill to correct that impression. 2020 Police Act that was signed by President Buhari on the 16th of September 2020 was a bill single-handedly sponsored by me in the House of Representatives in the 9th Assembly.
So you were behind it?
I was the single-handedly. It has no co-sponsor. It was a member-sponsored bill as a result of Femi Bajabiamila's commitment to ensure security reforms, and I took up the bill, I took up the matter, I sponsored it on the floor of the House. It was concurred by the Senate and signed by former President Buhari on the 16th of September 2020. Was IGP Kayode Omutokuna, I don't even know his other surname, was he the Inspector General of Police when this bill was sponsored in 2020, 2019 to 2020?
It was a DCP at that time or a
signed
CP?
A DCP and CP. Then why are you personalizing it to the present IG? The reason for insertion, before I come to Sowore's whatsoever, I don't find his statement as a human being making such statement. This bill was signed into law by the former president, not President Aswaju, for people to bring ethnical sentiment to it that it was aimed at elongating or extending the tenure of the present Inspector General of Police. It was signed during Mohammed Adamu as an Inspector General of Police from the north, from Nasarawa State. What was the rationale behind myself and members of the 9th Assembly in ensuring that tenure is being provided for in the Police Act of 2020 that was signed by President Buhari? First, we noticed the provision of the Police Act. It was an old version. It was a Police Act of 1947, before the independent Nigeria, where it was put together, fashioned, and made a Police Act of 2019. Then we said, no, we cannot be saying we want internal security, we want police reform, and yet our Police Act is a Police Act of pre-colonial Nigeria. And now the clamor for state police was there too. I said, let us be very fast in saving the Nigerian people. Let us reduce the number of time if you are arrested from prosecution from 48 hours to 24 hours to ensure people's freedom. That is what, with utmost respect, that man is benefiting today. He's been granted bail because the provision of the Police Act is adjusted. 1. 2, let us remove a bottleneck for women police not to attend to the position of becoming Inspector General of Police. We amended, I totally move for a complete repeal and reenactment of the former Police Act prior to 2020 that was signed by President Buhari to remove bottlenecks for women not to become Commissioner of Police, not to becoming Assistant Inspector General of Police, not to becoming Deputy Inspector General of Police, not to becoming Inspector General of Police.
So before now,
a woman cannot
become
based
a
on
CP,
based on the provision of the former Police Act.
And a woman cannot be IG.
Of course.
Or DIG or AIG.
The thing is that I blame the police. Because if we have achieved that far, and I was single-handedly the sponsor of that bill that was signed into law, the education about the present Police Act of September 2020 should have been escalated by the Nigerian police to know that a lot of clauses have already been completely repealed and reenacted. I think Sowore is ignorant of the adjustment in the Police Act. It was in 2020, September 16, that it was signed by President Buhari.
How come that between 2020, just remember,
Yes.
between 2020 and 2023,
Yes.
there were 2 IGPs.
There were who were beneficiaries of the adjustment in the
But they
Police
didn't benefit from it.
They didn't. They benefited.
For
You are talking
of
about
the
one
4 years,
section. You are talking about one section. If you are an IGP from 2020 till this time, let me tell you why it was adjusted. It is because of the frequent changes in the appointment of the Inspector General of Police. That is why the National Assembly find wisdom in making sure that it is tenured. From 1999 till then, we have over 22 indigenous Inspector General of Police. It means that they are changed almost every year. Then we said, no, if you want police reform, you cannot be a president for 8 years, be a governor for 4 or 8 years, subject to your re-election by your own people, and now you have an Inspector General of Police that you have 22 from 1999 till then. Therefore, let us make a provision that it may please the president to consider appointing Inspector General for the period of 4 years to ensure stability. 1, 2, to equally ensure that if you want police reform, you cannot appoint someone within 12 months you remove him. Another person come with his vision. Within 12 months you remove him. Another one come within 6 months he is retired. You cannot do police reform in that circumstance. And as a result of that, we said no. Let's provide a tenure for. It is within the wisdom of the former president, perhaps. That is why my own and our own in the National Assembly is to make law for the good of this country. We have done that. If the 2 previous Inspector General of Police did not benefit from that, I think it is within the powers of the executive to ensure that that section is properly interpreted and implemented. I give kudos to President Asiwaju Bola